I'm Dr. Wendy Manuel Scott, and I have the privilege of having a wonderful president like Dr. Washington, and so grateful that I was invited here to share a little bit about what it means to be a faculty member at George Mason, to have the opportunity to work with students, to help them learn more about African American history, and to make a connection for all of us between this national holiday, Juneteenth, and this place and the people who have been a part of this land, of this community. And so when I think about the enslaved folk in Galveston, Texas, that learned 2.5 years after the fact, right, that they were in fact free, I think about the idea that enslaved people, while they benefited from legal slavery, from the Emancipation Proclamation, from learning 2.5 years later that they were in fact free, I also know that enslaved people never stopped freedom dreaming. I know that enslaved people, black folk, never stopped plotting and planning and collaborating and building communities and a culture that created and made real their freedom dreams. And so I think about George Mason, the man that our institution, George Mason University, is named after. And I think about the more than 100 individuals that he owned. Men, women, children, mothers, fathers, grandmoms, that he held in lifetime bondage. And I wonder, well, did they freedom dream? And so for just over 5 years, undergraduate students at George Mason University, graduate students, and 5 faculty members worked to answer that very question. And at the end of that research, with the support of 2 George Mason University presidents, we brought forth the Enslaved People of George Mason Memorial, which now sits at the very center of our campus. And 2 incredibly important additions is a panel of Penny, an enslaved girl about the age of 10 who was taken from her family in Maryland to serve Mason's daughter's needs. And I wonder, did Penny, when she climbed up a narrow staircase, imagine, dream of being free? Did she plot? Did she plan how she might get free, make freedom? Or we can think about James. His image is also emblazoned in the middle of our campus. He helped to bring Mason's ink and quill so that he could pen the Virginia Declaration of Rights. And well, did James dream of freedom? Well, what the records tell us is that there were 2 young men. One's name was Clem and the other named Dick. And on July 5th, 1784, Dick and Clem, they ran away. They made their freedom dreaming real. Their plotting and planning came to life. And well, yes, they were recaptured, but they did not stop freedom dreaming. And so once again, not too long after the first attempt, Dick tried again. And do you know what? They didn't capture Dick that second time. His plotting and his planning, his insistence on being fully free, not just legally free, fully free, able to go where he wanted to go, love who he wanted, when he wanted to love. And so today we celebrate Juneteenth, but for all those folk who never stopped freedom dreaming in Fairfax, for Dick and Clem, for James and Penny, we remember them and we celebrate them too today. Thank you.